Let's go to page 173 and let's start with number 2. You have xy minus x squared plus 3 equal to 0. So you want to keep the term with the y and everything else go to the other side. So plus x squared and minus 3. So you got xy equal to x squared minus 3. Then you divide by x. So you got y equal to x squared minus 3 over x. Okay, so you need to have 3 different forms. So this is one of the forms. And the information that you need would be, first you need to have a vertical asymptote. And in this case, it's going to be slant asymptote. And you're going to have an x-intercept. And you're going to need to have y-intercept. Okay. So from this equation, you can figure out the x-intercept and y-intercept. So x-intercept is when y equal to 0, okay? So you're going to get 0 equal to x squared minus 3 over x. You cross multiply, you're going to get 0 equal to x squared minus 3. So basically just the top. So this one you're going to get so you're going to get x plus square root of 3, x minus square root of 3. So you're going to get plus or minus square root of 3. Okay. Now for y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. Okay. So set x equal to 0, so you got y equal to 0 minus 3 over 0, so cannot. Okay. So there would be none. Okay, cannot have, there's no y-intercept. Okay, again, to find y-intercept, you set x equal to 0, and this is not allowed. Okay, so from this, you get those two. Next, what you need to do is you want to see if you can factor the bottom. In this case, you cannot. So you can get a vertical asymptote from this. Okay, so vertical asymptote would be x equal to 0. Okay, and that's why you don't have a y-intercept, because that's where the vertical asymptote is. Next thing you need to do is you have to do the long division to figure out the slant asymptote. Okay, so you get x squared, skip one space, minus 3 divided by x, right? So you're going to get x, so it'll be x squared, and in this case you drop, and that's it. So you're going to get y equal to x, yeah, that's this part over here, minus 3 over x. Okay. Now from here, this is going to be your slant asymptote. Okay. And this whole thing is your graph. So from here, the slant asymptote is y equal to x. Okay, again, so this is your slant asymptote up here. Okay, so that's the slant asymptote. So once you get all this information, now you're ready to go ahead and graph. Okay, so first you have the vertical asymptote. It's x equal to 0. Okay, and then you have the slant asymptote, y equal to x. So that is this one here, like this. Okay. Next, you plot your points. So x-intercept is plus or minus square root of 3. This is about 1.7, so it's going to be about right over here and right over here. Now by looking at this graph, okay, you know that here's a vertical asymptote, so you have to go this way, right? Okay, now this has to go this way. But see, you don't know, so this is the part you have to figure out. Okay? You don't know if it's going to go like this or it's going to go like this. It's going to be above or below the asymptote. That's the part you have to figure out. Okay, and that's part you look over here. Okay, so when x is positive, okay, so the graph, so if you look over here, so the graph is the slant asymptote minus something. So when you minus, you have to go down. So the graph is the slant asymptote going down. So that means your graph is going to be right below. Okay, so that's how you figure out if it crosses over or stays down here. Okay. Now same thing over here. on this side, okay, this side is going to be like this, you know for sure. But again, over here, slant asymptote, okay, you can cross over the asymptote for the slant and horizontal. So you have to figure out if it's going to go this way or it's going to go over here. Okay, you got to figure out if it's going to be above or below. Okay, and the way to do that is look at your equation. Okay, so over here, so again, remember now x is negative now. So the negative, this will make this positive, right? Because x is negative, over here x is negative. So negative x will give you positive. So the graph is slant asymptote plus something. Okay, so graph is going to be slant asymptote plus something. So it's going to be up here. Okay, again, so this is a slant asymptote, and the graph is slant asymptote plus something. So it'd be above. Right? When you plus, you go up. When you subtract, you go down. Okay, so that's how you know it's this way. Okay, let's go to number 4. You got x squared minus xy plus 2x minus 1 equal to 0. So move all the things to the other side. So you got negative xy is equal to, so you move it over, so it'd be minus x squared minus 2x plus 1. Okay. So remember, when you move over, you have to subtract. Okay, so you have to do this, right? Okay. Okay, so let's do this so we don't make careless mistakes. Then you have to divide by negative x, divide by negative x. So I got y equal to, now I'm going to, go and cancel all the negatives. So I'm going to have an x squared plus 2x minus 1 over x. Okay. So again, from here you have to figure out the vertical asymptote. And this is higher degree than this, so you're going to get slant asymptote. You're going to have an x-intercept and the y-intercept. Okay. So I'm going to do the x-intercept. So x-intercept is, this one is kind of hard to figure out because x-intercept is when you set y equal to 0. So y equal to 0, you cross multiply. So this is equal to 0. And this is not factorable, so you're going to get some yucky number. So don't waste time trying to figure it out if it's not obvious. So let's do the y-intercept. Y-intercept is going to, when you set x equal to 0, so you're going to have negative 1 over 0, because cannot, right? So it should be none. Okay. So now next is figure out the vertical asymptote. So again, this one will give you x equal to 0. Okay, now we have to figure out the slant asymptote. Okay. Now if it's something like that, right, you can kind of do it right away already. You can divide by each term without going the long division. Okay. If you have more than one term, then you can do the long division. So this one is going to give you x plus 2 minus 1 over x. Right? You just separate each in division 1. Okay. So again, here's your slant asymptote. And here's your graph. That's the graph, right? Okay, so slant asymptote is when y equal to x plus 2. Okay. Okay, again, when you're doing the long division, okay, make sure that only the quotient part is your slant asymptote. So now you're ready to go and sketch your graph. Okay, so vertical asymptote is x equal to 0. So it's very similar to last one. So I offset a little bit so you can see it more clearly. Okay, now this one, the slant asymptote, you have to use the slope-intercept form, right? The intercept is 2, so that's point over here, and the slope is 1. Okay, so go up 1 over 1. Okay, so that's, so again, you have to know how to graph this, right, from your algebra 1. And it's an asymptote, so it's dashed line, right? Okay, so that's that. Okay, y-intercept none, and then x-intercept you don't know, it's too complicated. So now you don't have any points. So what do? Well, it's very simple. You just get points. Okay, so you can let x equal to 1, for example. That would be the easiest thing to do, right? You cannot equal to 0 because that's where the asymptote is. So let x equal to 1, and I'm going to put over here. Okay, so again, you just get points. Okay, so the x equal to 1, so you got y equal to, using this equation here, so you're going to get 1 plus 2 minus 1 over 1, so y will equal to 2. Okay, so when x equal to, so you got point at, you have point at 1 comma 2. Okay, so that is going to be 1 comma 2 right over here. Okay, so that means your graph is going to be down here, and so again you have to see if it cross over. Most of the time it does not cross over. So again, if x is positive, you're going to have an asymptote minus something, right? When you have an asymptote and minus something, it goes down. So your graph, the graph is asymptote minus something, so it's going to be below. Okay, so it doesn't cross over. Okay, now because this is going this way, you know that this has to go up this way, right? So again, you have to figure out if it stays above or below, right? So when x is negative over here, this becomes plus, okay? So again, over here, right? Over here, x is negative. So this becomes plus, right? So again, it's asymptote plus something, so it be stay on above. Okay, so it doesn't cross over. And so that's it. Okay, let's go to number 6. You got x squared plus xy plus 3x minus 2y plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so keep all the y terms, so minus x squared minus 3x minus 1 minus 1. So you got xy minus 2y equal to negative x squared minus 3x minus 1. Go ahead and factor out the y. Divide by the parentheses, so y equal to negative x squared minus 3x minus 1 over x minus 2. Okay, so next let's go and figure out the information. So you got vertical asymptote, you have the slant asymptote, and then you have the x-intercept, and you got y-intercept. Okay. So in this case, again, so x-intercept, you set y equal to 0 and you cross multiply, so it's still equal to 0. So basically, you just make the top equal to 0 to solve. But this one looks kind of messy, so don't know. If it's too messy to figure out, just leave it blank. Okay. Now, y-intercept is when you set x equal to 0. So when you set x equal to 0, you just go and cover up all the x. So you got negative 1 over negative 2 will give you 1/2. Okay, so y equal to 1/2. Okay. Then after that, you got to figure out the vertical asymptote. So from here, you get vertical asymptote that x equal to 2. Now to figure out the slant asymptote, you have to do the long division. So you're going to get negative x. So multiply, you get negative x squared plus 2x. Draw the line. Put parentheses, subtract. So negative 3 minus 2 give you negative 5. Drop. So this one you're going to need to get minus 5. So multiply. And so you're going to get, subtract, negative 11. Okay, so here, so your equation is y equal to negative x minus 5 minus 11 over x minus 2. Okay, okay, so again, this part, the quotient part right over here, okay, that is your slant asymptote. Okay, and the whole thing, this whole thing, that is your graph. Okay, so again, this part is your slant asymptote, this whole thing is your graph. So your slant asymptote is y equal to negative x minus 5. Okay, so now you have this for information, you can do the graphing. Okay, so let's go to number 6. Okay, x equal to 2 is your vertical asymptote. Slant asymptote is negative x minus 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's your intercept, and then negative 1 over 1, right? So that's your slant asymptote. Okay, and then you have the y-intercept equal to 1/2, so that is right over here. Okay, so right over here. So from here, so the vertical asymptote, there's no question about this, is going to be like this. Okay, so again over here you got to figure out if this is going to go this way or it's going to go across. Does it cross over or not? Okay, so the way to figure out is, again, you look at your asymptote. Okay, so when x equal to negative, right? So again, asymptote is for extreme over here, right? Way on the end. So when x is negative, okay, so you got, so this is going to be negative, and this become negative become plus. Okay, you can think about x equal to negative like a million, for example. Okay, so this is going to be a negative. So this is going to be a negative. Negative give you positive. Okay, so that means graph is asymptote plus. That means it's above. Okay. Now you do the same thing on this side now. Okay. When x is positive, okay, way over here, right? X is positive. Okay, when x is positive, you're going to have an asymptote minus something. That means it's going to stay below. Okay, so you're going to have something like this. And it stays below because, again, here's your asymptote, because it's asymptote minus something, right? So graph is asymptote minus something. Okay, so that's what a graph looks like. Okay, let's go to number 8. You got 2x squared plus 2xy minus x minus y minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so minus 2x squared minus 2x squared plus x plus x plus 2 plus 2. So you keep all the y term. Keep all the y term and move everything else. Okay, next go and factor out the y. And then you divide. Okay, so then after that you figure out your vertical asymptote. The top is higher than the bottom, so you're going to get slant asymptote. And then you're going to have an x-intercept. You're going to have y-intercept. Okay, so vertical asymptote is easy. You set the bottom equal to 0, so you solve, you're going to get 1/2. Okay, slant asymptote, you can wait. X-intercept is when you set y equal to 0, crossover. This one is kind of hard, so don't waste time. Y-intercept is when you set x equal to 0. So when set x equal to 0, all this will be gone. So it will be 2 over -1 will give you -2. Okay, so y-intercept will be y equal to -2. Okay. Now let's do the slant asymptote. So from here, you're going to get negative x. So it will be minus 2x squared plus x. Subtract. And so this is all swap out. Okay, so that's kind of nice. So you got y equal to negative x plus 2 over 2x minus 1. Okay, so you can here's your slant asymptote. And this is your graph. Okay, so you got y equal to negative x, that's your slant asymptote. Okay, so let's go to number 8. And let's go and sketch all this information. Vertical asymptote, x equal to 1/2. Slant asymptote, y equal to negative x. Okay, x-intercept, don't know. Okay, y-intercept is when y go to -2, y go to -2 is over here. Okay, so from here you can see the graph is going to go like this, and this is going to go like this, and they will go opposite direction, so this will go like this. Okay, asymptote is over here, so it's going to go like this. Okay, again you can test, right? So when x is negative, you're going to have a slant asymptote minus something to get graph, so it's below, right? When x is positive, the graph is asymptote plus something, so it's above, right? So everything has to match. And so that's it for number 8. Okay, let's go to number 10. Okay, number 10, you have x squared y minus x cubed plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so plus x3 plus x to the 3 minus 1 minus 1. So you have x squared y is equal to x cubed minus 1. Then you divide by x squared, divide by x squared. So you got y equal to x cubed minus 1 over x squared. Okay, so let's go and get all this information. Okay, so from here we can see the vertical asymptote. Vertical asymptote is when x equal to 0, and this is double. Okay, so remember, make a note of that. This is a double vertical asymptote because it's a square. Okay, and let's go to slant asymptote later. Okay, x-intercept is when you set x equal to set y equal to 0. So y equal to 0, you cross multiply. Okay, so you're going to get x cubed. So for x-intercept, you set y equal to 0. So you got 0 equal to x cubed minus 1 over x squared. You cross multiply, you're going to get 0 equal to x cubed minus 1. And then from here, you're going to get 1 equal to x cubed and x equal to 1. Okay, so from here you can get one of them. Okay, so x-intercept, the other two would be kind of imaginary. So x-intercept is when x equal to 1. Okay, now let's do the y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept is when you set x equal to 0. Okay, so you're going to get -1 over 0, so cannot, so none. Okay, cannot. Okay, slant asymptote. This one has this is only the one term on the bottom, so you can just, you can just do it separately, or you can just do the long division, either way. Okay, so if you do the long division, okay, if you do it the short way, you're just going to divide, right? So this will give you x minus 1 over x squared. Okay, okay, so again, here is your slant asymptote. And this is your graph. Okay, so slant asymptote is y equal to x. So we now we're ready to go ahead and sketch. So number 10. Okay, vertical asymptote is double. Okay. Now, if it's a single asymptote, okay, vertical, they will go opposite direction. If it's double, they will go in the same direction. Okay. And this one, y equal to x. So this is another. So this is a slant asymptote. Okay, x-intercept is when x equal to 1. Okay, so since this is over here, this is gonna okay, so this is gonna go this way. Okay. Now again, this is a double. Okay, so when a double, they will go in the same direction. So this will go like this. Okay. And again, double check. Okay. So notice that this is the x squared, so this is always positive. So if this is always positive, graph is always the slant asymptote minus something. Okay, so graph is slant asymptote minus something. That's why it's both, it's below here and below here, right? So again, this is your slant asymptote. Okay, and the graph. So graph is slant asymptote minus something, so it's down below. Okay, again, slant asymptote minus something, so it's have to go down. So that would be your graph. Okay, again, double vertical asymptote, they go in the same direction. Single asymptote, they go opposite direction. Okay, let's go to number 12. You have x squared y minus x cubed minus 4xy plus 11x plus 4y minus 16 equal to 0. Okay, so we need to plus x3 plus x to the 3 and keep this one minus 11x plus 16 plus 16. So you got x squared y minus 4xy plus 4y equal to x cubed minus 11x plus 16. Then go and factor out the y. So you got x squared minus 4x plus 4 equal to x cubed minus 11x plus 16. You be careful. This is a y. Okay, then you divide, so you got y is equal to x cubed minus 11x plus 16 over x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, so you have to get your vertical asymptote. This is higher than this, would be slant asymptote. You're going to have an x-intercept. You're going to have the y-intercept. Okay, so I'm going to do the y-intercept first. Y-intercept is the easiest because the y-intercept means you set x equal to 0. So when you set x equal to 0, all this will be gone. So this would be y equal to 4. Right? 16 over 4 give you 4. Right? The next one is x-intercept. X-intercept is when you set y equal to 0, you cross multiply, so you have the top equal to 0. This is kind of complicated, so you don't know, so just don't waste time with that. Now vertical asymptote. To figure out the vertical asymptote, you have to factor the bottom because they are trinomial, right? Okay, so this would be x minus 2 squared. So vertical asymptote is going to be x equal to 2, and this is a double. Okay, because it's a square, so it's double. So make a note of that. Now let's go and figure out the slant asymptote. So you need to have three forms. You need to have the one that you move over, then you have to do the factoring, and then you have to do the long division. So you need to have three different forms. So you got x cubed, skip a space for the square, and divided by x squared minus 4x plus 4. So this one you need to have an x. So when you multiply, you get x cubed minus 4x squared plus 4x. So 0 minus negative 4 give you positive 4x squared. Negative 11 minus 4 give you minus 15. Okay, then from here you need to plus 4. Okay. So you multiply, and then you put parentheses, subtract. So this cancel out, this cancel out. Negative 15 minus negative becomes plus, so this becomes an x. Okay, so your equation becomes y equal to x plus 4. Okay. So again, the quotient part, that is your slant asymptote, right? So that is your slant asymptote. Okay. And then the fraction part, the leftover, so it would be plus x over x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay. I'm going to put in the factor form so it's a little bit easier to see. Okay. Okay. Now let's do the next step. So y equal to x plus 4 plus x over x minus 2 squared. Okay. Okay, so again from here, this part over here, that's your slant asymptote. Okay, and the whole thing is the graph. Okay, so let's go and sketch it out. Okay, so for number 12, okay, we have to write it. Slant asymptote is y equal to x plus 4. Okay. Okay, so vertical asymptote is x equal to 2. Okay, slant asymptote is y equal to x plus 4, so that's your intercept. So you start with over here, and the slope is 1. Okay, I'm going to use the orange. Okay, and then your graph, so y equal to 4. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. It happened to be right over here. Okay, so this is all the information that you have. Okay, okay, I'm going to erase some part of these so I get more graph. Okay, so what you do is you do the testing point. When you don't have enough information, just go and do a testing point. So that x equal to 1. Okay, and you can use this one, I guess. So you got y equal to 1 minus 11 plus 16 over 1 minus 4 plus 4. So y equal to 6 over 1 equal to 6. Okay, so when x equal to 1, y equal to 6. So it's going to be right over here. So the graph is going to go like this. So it's down here. Okay, now again, so if you look over here, when x is negative, this part is going to get negative over positive. So it's going to be negative. Okay, so this part over here. Okay, again, when x is negative, you're going to get negative over positive. Right? So the graph is slant asymptote minus something. So it's going to stay below. Okay? So it's going to be like this. So it doesn't cross back up. Now because this is the double asymptote, so this graph will go like this. Right? Okay, now again over here to figure out if it's going to be crossover above or below. So when x is positive, okay, when x is positive, you're going to get positive over positive. Okay, this part over here. So so the graph is slant asymptote plus something, so it's above. Okay, so that's how you know it's going to be up here. Okay, and so that's your graph. Okay, so this one cross over like that. Okay, let's go to number 14. Okay, you got x squared y minus x cubed minus x squared minus x plus y equal to 0. Okay, so plus x cubed plus x cubed plus x squared plus x squared plus x plus x. Okay, so you got x squared y plus y equal to x cubed plus x squared plus x. Okay, going to factor the y, so you got x squared plus 1 equal to x cubed plus x squared plus x. Divide, so you got y equal to x cubed plus x squared plus x over x squared plus 1. Okay, and over here you can also factor, you can do some factoring. Factor the x, so you get x squared plus x plus 1 over x squared plus 1. Okay, then you go and get all your information. So vertical asymptote. In this case, x squared is positive. Positive plus 1 is always positive. So this would never give you negative. So this would be none, no vertical asymptote. Okay, and slant asymptote. Okay, you got to figure it out. Okay, x-intercept. Okay, x-intercept is when you set y equal to 0, you cross multiply, so this becomes 0. So from here you can see that x equal to 0 is one of the x-intercept. Then y-intercept is from here. So when you set x equal to 0, so all this will be gone. So you got 0 over 1, so you're going to get 0. Okay, so you can y-intercept, you set x equal to 0, so you're going to get 0 over 1, so you get 0. Okay, now you have to do the slant asymptote, so you have to do the long division. So you got x cubed plus x squared plus x divided by x squared plus 1. So you need to have an x, so you got x cubed plus x minus, so you got x squared. And then this one you're going to get plus 1, so you get x squared plus 1. So you're going to get minus 1. So you got y equal to x plus 1 minus 1 over x squared plus 1. Okay, so here is your slant asymptote. And this is your graph. Okay, so slant asymptote is y equal to x plus 1. Okay, so we got all the information. Now let's go and graph. Okay, so number 14. Non-vertical asymptote, slant asymptote is y equal to x plus 1, so it would be like this over here. Okay. And x-intercept is 0, y-intercept is 0, so it goes right over here. Okay, and then from here, this is always positive. So when x is positive, you're gonna the graph is gonna be slant asymptote minus something. So it's gonna be down here. So graph's gonna look something like this. Okay, when x is negative, you're still gonna be negative over here. So again, it's so graph is slant asymptote minus something. So it's below here. So it's gonna be a like little bump right over here. And that's it.